Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and in this video today I want to talk a little bit about Mikyx and Excel, because this has been one of the bigger stories of the season so far, just because it was really unexpected, and Mickey is obviously a popular and very well-known player. Him getting thrown in to Excel just like 3 or 4 weeks into the season, something really random and crazy. And I know a lot of people were upset, and some of the Excel players were even upset about how the whole situation was handled. The fact that they weren't even consulted, and that Advian was just kind of replaced in the middle of the year, that Mickey was brought in. Again, we still don't really know what changed between like the off season and the third week of the season that made Excel be like, oh, now we want Mickey all of a sudden. And I know some people were really toxic, especially when Excel kind of started slow. They were like, oh, see, Excel, we told you, like, player skill doesn't make up for team synergy, acknowledging that, yeah, Mickey's probably better than Advian, but Advian obviously has synergy with the team. I didn't understand that a ton, because why don't you give Mickey a couple weeks to develop synergy with this team and then see just how good they can get? But whatever, it's been this whole drama, controversy, whatever. But now, hey, a couple weeks through the team, and maybe things are going a little bit better for Mickey and Excel at this point. Obviously, this weekend, Mickey was taking on Team Vitality and a former G2 member in Perkz, and that brings a load of trash talk, a load of drama, and all these great storylines and everything. So in this video today, we're going to be going over, what had happened with Excel and Vitality, and then what's going to happen the rest of this weekend with Mickey and some more G2 members as well. I think it's really fun to talk about. So drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I'd appreciate it a ton. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. With that being said, let's get right into this. So on Friday, like I said, Vitality and Excel were going to be taking each other on. Obviously, Perkz, the former teammate of Mickey in the mid lane, with his super team against Excel, this team that's really just trying to make the playoffs. I know Mickey said that his goal with the team is really just trying to make Worlds, but I mean, Excel, I do believe, is the only team in the LEC that's never made the playoffs. So, hey, they'd probably be pretty happy just starting to make the playoffs. Especially, Excel, I think they have a good roster. I think they're solid. I think Mickey was a big upgrade, even though Advian was still pretty good. But, they're pretty significant underdogs in this matchup. But going into it, again, as always, Perkz getting his trash talk in, creating those narratives, creating those storylines. He said, 2019 to 2020, Mickey was getting turbo carried by me, and I'll prove it today. This is obviously Perkz talking about when he was playing AD carry with Mickey, which is actually really funny as well, because some people were saying Perkz was a really good AD carry. Some people thought Perkz sucked as an AD carry. Some people thought Perkz was carrying the lane. Some people thought Mickey was carrying the lane. Obviously, Perkz got much more of the fanfare because he's, the way more popular player. He's the superstar. He was like the captain of the team and everything. And hey, I love people hyping up matches like this. I love, social media interaction. I think Perkz is one of the best in the world at this, really. And he farmed 7,000 likes before a game against Excel. Again, Excel is not a big team. They're not a big brand. That's awesome. And then Mickey obviously responds back with this: not sure how you intend to prove anything by losing. And then again, I love Mickey firing back. G2 always really good with the banter, really good with the memes and everything. And again, especially for Mickey as a big underdog, as they're going up against a super team. Mickey, even if he thinks he's good enough to take down Perkz or whatever, does he believe in his team and his teammates that much? Well, hey, he tweeted it. He's at least willing to engage in some trash talk. So that's really cool that Mickey has kind of faith and confidence in his teammates and everything like that. But like I said, there is also the meme of, Mickey saying, hey, I want to take down G2, but I also want to take down everyone I played with on G2 as well. One, because there's a little bit of a rivalry. We know some of those people wanted Mickey replaced. Obviously, mostly probably Caps and Jankos didn't really think Mickey was the move on the team anymore, because I'm sure they had a say in all the decisions. But he still wants to prove that he's better than some of these guys, especially if Perkz is going to trash talk him or whatever. And so far Mickey was able to take down obviously Wonder with Fnatic, and now he's looking to get that second stone of Perkz and Team Vitality, which is really funny. And the interesting thing here is, if we go back, a couple weeks ago, I think this was week 2, Excel already beat Vitality. So Excel with Advian, this is the first time that they're playing every team twice. Excel with Advian beat Vitality, so Mickey had a tall task to live up to. And it honestly started out a little bit rough in the bot lane. A couple of minutes into the game, I think this is 5 minutes into the game, Patrick is already 0-2. They got ganked a couple of times. They had some crazy, bot lane fiestas and everything going on. But then they finally got a 2v2, and this is what was happening in the bot lane. Obviously, you have Labrov trying to get the engage in onto Mickey. Patrick cleanses away the ignite, I believe, there. They get Mickey really, really low, but he doesn't go down. And then Patrick's actually able to pick up the shutdown onto Carzzy after he gets a couple kills from those ganks. So really, this worked out pretty nice for Excel. Not only do they win, okay, Patrick cleansed away the Aphelios stun there. I didn't really see that at the beginning. I was watching Mickey. But yeah, I thought they played this really, really nice. Just being able to take down the Carzzy that was already 2-0. Really, really big advantage for them there. Looks like he hadn't spent all of his gold just yet, but still, this is a very, very nice play. This actually bounced him back a little bit. Shows that, Mickey's still in a decent form. And this game was an absolute fiesta. This game went really, really late. I'm not sure what minute it ended at, but I know both teams were going very, very back and forth. But in the end, Mickey was able to take down Vitality yet again. Perkz kind of laid an egg in this one, 1-4-3. I know Perkz has been really, really up and down week to week. Usually in these games where he trash talks and, builds it up and stuff, he usually shows up. But also Perkz has a thing where he usually only shows up against like the better teams, and Excel is just probably not one of those better teams right now. But again, Excel picking up the win. Patrick going 11-3-5 on the Aphelios. Mickey going 2-2-16 on the Lux. Everyone else, really doing their part as well. 5-3-10 from Marcoon, 3-1-12 from Thin, 3-2-8 from Nuke Duck on the Zeri. And yeah, just kind of rough games all around for Team Vitality. No one really showing up that much. Just overall, a lot of people, struggling for Vitality. Really, really weird. Again, they're 0-2 now against Excel this season. And now Mickey has taken down Perkz. He has taken down Wonder. And now their game coming up tomorrow is a really, really big one actually for Excel and for Mickey. They're playing against Team BDS, which obviously has Grabs on it as their coach and has Duffman as their coach too, I believe. So this is Mickey having a chance to take down 2 more former G2 members, which, hey, again, Mickey's track record against former G2 members so far is really, really good. But also, this is an important game in the LEC standings. This kind of crazy. That has Excel tied with Team Vitality at 5-5, which is crazy. Obviously, no one really saw that coming. No one thought 10 games into the year that Excel and Vitality would be tied. And, if they were tied, you wouldn't have guessed it would be at 5-5. But now they're tied for 5th place. Mad Lions, Excel, and Vitality all tied there. Obviously, only 6 teams are going to make the playoffs. So between Mad Lions, Excel, and Vitality, they're kind of battling for 2 playoff spots. Obviously, they're not very far behind G2, Fnatic, or Misfits. They can definitely still catch all those teams, but it is really, really interesting. But again, Excel taking on Team BDS tomorrow, where BDS is kind of the next team in the standings. Yes, BDS is 3-7, but if Excel loses, all of a sudden they're 5-6. BDS is 4-7. They're only 1 game apart. This is a very, very, very big game for both teams who, are really seen as teams vying for that 6th playoff spot, I guess. People I think assume that, hey, Mad Lions is probably going to be in the mix. Vitality's probably going to be in the mix. Maybe Misfits drops down a little bit. But, Excel's gotten themselves to a point where, with 8 games left in the season, they actually control their own destiny. If they win out, if they have a strong finish to the year, if they beat Mad Lions, they're going to be in a spot where, hey, they might be making the playoffs for the first time in their history. And, potentially Mickey could be a very, very big part of that. But also, Mickey taking down the rest of the G2 members are also going to be big moments as well. So yes, he has the BDS game tomorrow against Grabs and Duffman, and then not till the very last week of the season, the final Super Week, Excel actually ends with a nasty, nasty schedule. Their last 4 games are Mad Lions, Rogue, G2, and Fnatic. That's crazy, but that's the big game against G2 there, and that could absolutely have playoff implications. So it'll be interesting to see, how Excel does the next couple of weeks. But this is kind of the softer part of their schedule. BDS, Misfits, Astralis, and SK, their next 4 games. So they're going to have to win as many of those as they can because, again, this last couple weeks is going to be an absolute gauntlet for them. But I think that's kind of nice. It gives Mickey and Patrick and the whole team a couple more weeks to kind of ramp up. But, I do think Excel is looking like a scary team. Again, they're 2-0 against Vitality this year, and they've taken down Fnatic. All of a sudden, watch out for Excel. Mickey was a really, really big pickup, and even if he hasn't looked great every single game, I do think that his shot calling and his kind of leadership even if it's just leading by example and his, experience, is a very, very big thing that could definitely take Excel into the playoffs and maybe even a little bit further. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Mickey and Excel? Do you think after a couple weeks, you think it's now a good decision, a good move? Do you think it's working out well, or do you still think it was trolling by Excel and you'd rather see Advian in there? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.